Hello everyone. So in this lecture class we can see about a very good prominent topic that is called Embryo system. And as we know that the Embryo system plays a major role in today's marketing and in the industrial or commercial areas. So whereby we can say that what is Embryo system? So an Embryo system is a microprocessor based computer hardware system with software support, or we can say that with software we can able to design along with that is the hardware with software, and we can able to perform dedicated functions. So here the core system with the embedded part lies in the integrated circuit, so that we can able to operate the device for various purpose. And now Embryo system using Raspery Pi, that is a kind of application where we are going to learn or we are going to make our topics. So before this we can say that one example for the Embryo system, that is it is a microcontroller based or a microprocessor based system, and which is designed to perform a specific task. For example, a fire alarm, or the application with smart watches or microwave oven controlling in aspect with the robotics. So these are things we can say in this kind of applications. And moreover, all of us know that certain very important advantage we have with the Embryo system, that is it is a microprocessor based computer hardware system, so that we know. And what is a computer hardware system? These all things makes more importance in our day-to-day life. Even when we go for any shopping and when we engage in some kind of activities related with our daily package, there also the Embryo system help us. So overall we can say that is a microprocessor based computer hardware system with the software, and which can be designed to perform a dedicated function. So whatever the function we do, based on this there is a core structure which has been an integrated part we have. And here we say that this is a kind of hardware mixed with a software, and it has been emerged as a very important content or a component today in the industry. An example for this is an Embryo system to design over here for human interventions and related with the real time, and the usage is linked here as you can see in this view. CPU we are having, then microcomputer we are having, and various sensor we are using here. Then in this here we can able to view the personal computer with printer and disk drives, and this makes more importance here, and lot of applications. So generally we can say that the Embryo system can be classified into three type. One is small scale Embryo system, one is medium scale Embryo system, one is sophisticated Embryo system. And now just we can see about this. The small scale Embryo system, we are having a single 8-bit or 16-bit microcontroller, and which have been in use for various and tremendous way of usage, and not only in kind of projects but also in many areas we are utilizing. And here little hardware and software complexity, and even battery usage will be permitted, and usually will be functioning based on a C language platform. And literally speaking, we can able to say that this kind of thing we can say like embedded C. So that is a kind of thing. And the programming tool which we use here is editor, assembler, and cross assembler. And when it comes to the medium scale Embryo system, here another set of application oriented content we can find, and that is related with 16 or 32-bit microcontrollers and its usage. And prominently in more areas we will be utilizing the DSP processor like TMS 320C, or usage with RISC machines, that is the reduced instruction set machines. And Both hardware and software complexity are actually in use. And here normally we can able to use real-time operating system, source code engineering, simulators, and integrated development environment. Because the integrated development environment, this content makes another main role in the embedded overall structure. So we can say a lot of things concerned with this. Okay, as a part of this, because even example when we say for embedded system, we can say like digital cameras, digital watches, even MP3 players. So everywhere we are utilizing it. And for the sophisticated here, specific work for what kind of specific nature we are using. So here we can say that somewhat complexity, the area where we encounter a complex way of doing things, and also we expect the output in that way. We need much complex configuration constrained by the processing speed available in this hardware units. And also when we want to say about the programming tool, here we can able to utilize based on the need for compiling, based on the need for recruiting the output, or in what way we expect the output for this, and based on that we will be utilizing. And comes to the usage here, even in microwave ovens and washing machines, everywhere we will be using this. Okay, so one side a processor, control unit, and the input where we make, for example, a temperature sensor system, and the memory storage area. So in the Raspberry Pi area, we can able to say that small single board computers which has been developed in the United Kingdom, and where being it is used for different purpose, like in school and countries, and marketing areas, business purpose, and linked with robotic activities. And over 5 million Raspberry Pis have been in use, or it has been in promoted right from the year of February 2015, and by November 2016 they have sold 11 million units. So Raspberry Pi plays a main role here, and some basic models, everything starts with the system on chip feature with the basic content of the VLSI. And also here we are utilizing the ARM processor as a CPU, and graphical usage. And here the CPU speed range from 700 MHz to 1.2 GHz. But also nowadays we can able to use a lot of constrained things just related with this features. Okay, so now let me tell you about the features available. One is the board or the USB slots which we use nowadays is in the range of 1 or 4 slot. Then the HDMI and the composite video output, and also the different variations are available based on the link with the designed processors, and various Ethernet ports we engage, because we know that to transfer a data from one chip to another area, another processor unit, we need Ethernet ports. These ports should be enabled with a number, and a wide variants are available with this Ethernet today in the use with that is a Wi-Fi unit, because Wi-Fi is considered as a wireless LAN. Okay, so now when it comes to say about the hardware part of it, here linking with the Raspberry Pi, we can say the RAM. And as we know now, RAM is concerned as very another important content in the market usage today when we buy electronic devices like smartphones or anything. Also we are having the input output unit and CPU and USB, Ethernet, and its uses. So based on the RAM ability and its in case proficient unit, and fast processing is enabled. Okay, so now when we say about this kind of models, lot of variants are available like A, B, A plus or B plus, and Pi 0 lac Ethernet models and Ethernet adapters are available. Okay, So one of this kind of thing is called PI1 model and B plus model. So this makes both variants in when we use with the different switching applications. And so everything concerned with the silicon on system on chip, so that more variants are actually we can able to make it. So now about the processor, one type which support the system on chip format belong to the first generation of the Raspberry Pi, and another one which we say that it's a processor range in the range of 700 megahertz, and the level of the cache memory, which we say the flash memory, is 16 kilobytes, and up to level 2 cache denoted as 128 KB. Then as based on the usage and as based on the purpose for which we use these kind of devices in we will make it things to happen in the real time. So that's why overall we are always telling the name, that is real time embedded system. So nowadays becoming the highest promotive level here. So now you can think that Raspberry Pi will be used for what kind of thing, because as one way we can say it's a low cost, okay, because the performance is concerned. So as I told you, various ranges are available, like Raspberry Pi 3 and Cortex processors are mixed up, because everywhere we need to store data, we need to forward, we need to fetch data. So these are the prominent activations we need okay, in this kind of environment. And also we say that it is 80% faster when comparable to all other processing units available. And specifically we can say that quad-core Cortex processing units will be used, and the GPU identical to that will be matched up, and that can able to evaluate its performance. Okay, and now even the different variants are in use now actually, even though they have a slight deviations, and in the range for networking purpose also we can able to use this. So model A plus, Pi 0. So these are some kind of networking approaches with Raspberry Pi. Okay, and another kind of approach we can add here is with its advantages. Okay, so advantages of this Raspberry Pi sector. Okay, so using this Raspberry processors, here we can say one is cost is less, and we can expect a huge processing power in this, and with the support of the network and necessary peripherals we will add base to connect or feed the input like keyboard or mouse